everybody, this is Marjorie. Look at me today, I'm on Purple Floors. Beautiful, isn't it? Shein, link down below. Now, I put this on, right, and because it reminded me of a taupe that I wore years ago, right? I had this lovely fleury blouse that I wore. Well, Songs of Praise was coming, right, locally. And Famey, you know my posh neighbour Famey, she says, Marjorie, would you like to go and be in the audience of Songs of Praise? And we might get a little bit on the television. And I says, oh, Dorothy, my cousin Dorothy watches Songs of Praise. So I says to Dorothy as well, Dorothy, do you want to go in Songs of Praise? Do you want to be in the telly? And she went, I would love to be on the telly. I says, right, that's great, hen. Do you want to maybe tell your face that you'd be happy to be in the telly, right? So we goes to Songs of Praise and we're all getting put in our seats. Well, right, Harry Seacombe. Remember Harry Seacombe? Didn't you? Harry Seacombe. What was he in? He was the host, right? He was the wee man. He sang a song, right? But he was the wee host man that wandered about. And he's getting all touched up, his wee makeup, right, and they're doing his hair. And I thought, there's Harry Seacombe, famous. She went, oh, yes, that's Harry Seacombe. I'll need to go across and say hello. I went, you don't know him, Famey? You kid knowing she's mixing with all the celebrities. A wee bit of dry mouth there. And Dorothy, Dorothy was as happy, right? She was as happy as Larry because, well, it's one of her favourite programmes, Songs of Praise. Oh, she loved it. She taped it and she used to watch it through the week as well if there was nothing on. Anyway, I digest. So, I'm thinking to myself, Harry Seacombe. What else did Harry Seacombe do? Highway to Heaven. Remember Highway to Heaven? And he's walking along, right? There's the clouds, right? The opening titles are there's clouds and the clouds part. And he's walking down the highway, right? And, and this motor comes along and the wee old man, right? And he stops and he looks in and smiles, jumps in the motor and the motor drives off. And I thought, oh, that's lovely. He's giving that wee man a lift. I don't think he even kens that wee man, but he's giving that wee man a lift. You couldn't do that nowadays, could you? See, if you're on your own in a deserted highway, they would run you down. They would actually knock you down. They would run you down. They would reverse through your heat. They would steal your purse and pull out your fillings and sell the metal as the scrappies. I says, what a world. This is the world that we are in. Anyway, back to my story. Wait a minute. Highway to Heaven? Wasn't it Highway to Heaven? What am I thinking? Highway. Wasn't it Highway to Heaven? Who was that? That was somebody else. I'm just Harry Seacombe in the Highway to Heaven. That would have been a totally different programme. Oh, now Harry Seacombe, what was he in? He played the butler. Did he not play Max in Heart to Heart? Or was that somebody else? Who am I thinking? Well, it was somebody. Somebody played Max. Anyway, back to my story. So, Famey, Dorothy, me, we're in the front row, right? Glasgow Cathedral, no less. Oh, it was beautiful. So we're all sitting in the front row. Well, we were as happy as pensioners sticking the chocolate off a crunchy, right? Now, I had said to them, we better get dressed up because if we're going to be in the telly, some of our pals might notice us and we don't want to, we don't want to disgrace ourselves, so we'll get dressed up. So, Famey, right? Well, she, as always, over the score, tries to do everybody. She turns up, right, now this was just maybe about a year after Princess Diana's wedding to Prince Charles. Oh, Famey walks in the door, right, she was trying to recreate the Queen Mother, right, so she's got this green frock on with the coat and this hat with all the feathers, right, and she's walking, she sits down and she says, do you think I look like the Queen Mother? I says, I think you look more like Orville, to be absolutely honest. I'm like, in the name of God. And the feathers, these feathers keep coming off the hat and into my mouth. I says, now, Dorothy, on the other hand, I says to her, we better dress fancy, Dorothy. Dorothy wasn't really listening. She misunderstood. Well, she thought I said fancy dress. So here I am, sitting in all my finery, in my lovely purple fleury blouse with my pearls and my neck, my earrings and all done up with my matching handbag. I've got Orville on one side of me. Dorothy comes in, having thought I had said fancy dress. She comes in dressed up as Velma for Scooby-Doo. And I says, where have you come as? She says it was fancy dress. I says, I did not say it was fancy dress. I says, dress fancy. Look at you, absolute idiot. You're going to embarrass us and we're going to be on the television. Anyway, so thankfully, there was one bit the camera came swinging by, right, and Famey's feathers were on my face. I says, I'm going to cement you. I'm absolutely going to cement you. These feathers going in my mouth. I felt like a squirrel up a tree. in November. Anyway, so the cameras, all the different camera angles, and they say to us now, if you see the light, if you see the green light, that means the camera's on you. So the camera's coming along and I'm saying, smile Famey, smile Famey. She's like, I'm like, what? Who are you supposed to be, Norma Desmond for Sunset Boulevard? And then Dorothy, the camera's coming to you, hen, smile. I went, well, I think that's the best we're going to get. So anyway, along comes the camera, and the cameraman's going like this. He's pointing as if, here, right, me. And I'm getting all puckered, right? I'm getting all upright in my chair. I'm going, oh, this is my big moment. The camera's going to go. And it was getting close. The man was getting closer and closer. I went, Famey, I'm going to get a big close-up in my face. Just as the light went on, Famey goes like this, right? Feathers completely block me out. All these green Orville feathers completely blocked my face out. The camera went on. I turned to her and I says, you are a pure diddy, by the way. You've spoiled my big moment. I could have been on the Songs of Praise on the BBC, and you've spoiled my big moment. And I'm dead upset. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it that I have my big moment of glory on the BBC Songs of Praise, and I get blocked out by the love child of Princess Fiona and the Incredible Hulk. Huh?